Hey guys, how you doing? Today with this video, we're gonna be looking at how I make my mother's recipe for Puerto Rican sofrito. Now, if you don't know what sofrito means, basically, it's a base used to season food. For Puerto Ricans, it's used when cooking rice dishes, sauces, and soups. The Italians, the Portuguese, Dominicans, they all have their certain recipe for what they consider their own sofrito. But we're going to be doing a Puerto Rican one. Basically, the two main ingredients that give Puerto Rican sofrito its characteristic flavor is what we call recao, which is cilantro, and red and green peppers, bell peppers. You use white onions, we use white onions, garlic, and we use a food processor to grind it up pretty good, but we don't want to make it a soup. We don't want it watered down. We want to have a little texture in it, kind of like a mud texture. And then we take that, we make it in bulk, and we package it up in containers. We freeze it for future use. This way you don't have to make it every time you cook. You kind of cuts down on cooking time and keeps the flavor at hand whenever you need it. So let's take a look at what we're going to do. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm adding the ingredients. You can see I added the garlic cloves, and we're adding the cilantro. We're adding the ingredients pretty evenly, handful of each at a time, to get the mix pretty even right from the get-go. And each batch that I grind up, once I get the consistency I'm looking for, which is pretty quick, we'll go into a bigger pot and everything will be mixed together to have an even mix. And the consistency, like I was saying, is basically mud or wet cement type consistency. You don't want it too watery. I also add a little bit of oil just to prime the food processor, and after that no more oil. So there's only a little bit of oil added just to prime the first chop, let's say. Basically this is the consistency that we're looking for, this mud type. We're going to mix it all together for a final mix in one single pan, and then we're going to package them in the individual containers for freezing. Before we package it, we'll be adding a little bit of salt to the mix just for preservative, because we'll be freezing this and this will last us a few months. And we just added a little bit of salt, not really for flavor, but just to preserve it. So basically that's how we make Puerto Rican sofrito, and this is how we package the finished product. Put them in individual plastic containers. We leave about 1 inch of space gap in order to compensate for the expansion during the freezing process. And depending on how much batch you use, obviously depends on how much ingredients you use. We like to do it in bulk, make at least 6 or plus months worth of sofrito to avoid the hassle, and we always have it at hand whenever we need it. And it goes a spoonful, 2 spoonfuls at a time, depending what dish you're making, and you're good to go. Now if you like this video, like and subscribe, and if you've got any questions, leave a comment in the comment below and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.